Hey, welcome back. I hope you all are doing well today. We have a couple of videos we need to look at from Amberlynn. The first one is a Singapore Mayfun mukbang, and the FBI called me. This should be interesting to see why the FBI is contacting Amberlynn. Or maybe she's just making shit up again and clickbaiting. I guess we'll find out. So let's just hop right into it. It's been a busy week. I have a lot of stuff to do. So let's get into it.
Hey guys, welcome to a new video.
Speed her up.
Okay, so today we have a mukbang and a story time for you guys.
Let's get that plate close to the camera to make it look bigger.
We have water is what we are drinking today, and what we are eating today is Singapore rice noodle, which is so freaking good.
Singapore noodles are pretty good. They have, it's like a curry
plate, though,
on the rice noodles. That is a huge...
in Virginia...
She should just get like half of that out, or a quarter.
Okay, so in Virginia they called it Singapore rice noodle where I got it, but here in Kentucky they...
That's easily like 3 servings on that plate. That's massive. And of course, it's close to the camera to make it look bigger. But yeah, that's a lot of food.
Call it Mayfun. So you know what? This is Singapore Mayfun. So you guys can find it at your Chinese restaurant. It's rice noodle. It's like a curry base. There's onion, shrimp, bell pepper, pork, just deliciousness. Oh yeah, and chicken. I'd much rather have it without the meat. I don't mind the meat too much, but I wouldn't say the meat is exactly my favorite. So
you could request it. So didn't they just have a huge grocery order? You're telling me they don't have any like leftovers that she could have for lunch? She has to order takeout for, because it's
absolutely amazing.
Also, I will try to edit out like the chewing portions if I'm not talking and if she's not talking, so you guys don't have to suffer through that.
So how are you guys doing?
Fantabulous. How are you, Amber?
Oh, by the way, this has a little spice to it, so if you don't like spicy food,
yeah, they are a little spicy.
Don't go for it. I was gonna do my makeup, but I realized my face needs to breathe. Okay. Story time.
Oh boy.
Wait, that bell pepper was so good.
Get on with it.
So being on YouTube comes with a fair share of disappointments. I mean, amongst amazing things as well. But something that I consider a disappointment is like telling people to off themselves or threatening to off someone.
That's just a disappointment. I mean, I guess disappointed in humanity.
Why? So, last October or November, I was simply just skimming through the comment section of my YouTube, and I usually get a lot of people saying mean things to me. And none of it has ever like
a lot of that
made me feel any sort of way. Nothing.
What? She's always said before, like, oh, you guys, the way that you treat me, you know, makes me do this and this, that we've caused like binging and things like that. So for her to be like, oh, it doesn't affect me in any way, I don't buy that for a second.
Scares me. Nothing like that. It all just makes me feel like uncomfy. But there was one that I remember.
Somebody threatening or telling you to off yourself makes you uncomfy.
Reading that kind of like was like, this is how all scary movies start. It was saying how they know where I live, they're gonna off me. They said they live nearby, like this whole thing. And I remember reading it and being like, excuse me? I actually took a screenshot of it. This is the only time I've ever done this. Like, actually been kind of like...
somebody saying that and to like, I mean, that's a little scary. And People shouldn't do that to people. I don't care who you are. You know, that's just not cool. Don't do that to people.
Scared of a comment. Well, as I'm taking screenshots and stuff and sending them, I remember I sent it to Becky.
Why would she send it to Becky if this was like October? Like, her and Becky had like decided they were gonna like back away from each other and like not talk about each other. Was that October or like a little bit later? But why would you send it to Becky? She'd moved out by this point.
A couple other friends of mine, I was like, what is this? Like, what is this? So
what is this? It's somebody being a dumbass.
I guess some of you, so I want to say thank you, actually found that comment and was scared by it as well, because
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sure people were reading it and like, whoa, somebody's a little off the deep end here. We need to report this.
I get a message on Instagram from my ex's sister and said,
Becky's sister.
The FBI showed up for you. She sent me a picture of like the card that the FBI gave her. The FBI said, contact her because we need to talk to her. I was terrified.
Why would they contact Becky's sister? How would they have your ex-girlfriend's sister's address where you never lived? And you were never, I mean, you and Becky lived together, but you never lived at Becky's sister's. Why would they go to Becky's sister? You've lived at your apartment that you're at now for what, 2 years now? Almost 2 years? And you can't tell me they don't have your phone number? So why would the FBI have Becky's sister's address but not know where you live? That doesn't make sense to me.
I had a panic attack because I had to sit there and think of my life. I was like, literally, did I do something that I don't remember that I did? Like, honestly, I was so terrified. I was like, what is happening? I don't know why, but the FBI didn't know I lived here. That's fair. Obviously.
That's fair? No. I mean, if the FBI can't find you, they're not very good at their jobs now, are they?
Immediately, I end up calling the number that is on the FBI guy's FBI card.
Business card?
Scared. Some woman picked up, and she was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna call the FBI guy, Frank. Why not? So Frank was like out of the office or something, and she was like, I can give him a call like on his personal cell phone to get like a hold of you. And in my head I was like, why does she want to like bother him on his personal phone instead of just like leaving him a message?
Probably because you probably sounded hysterical or something.
Like, what did I do? Oh, so scared. I was like, what is the promptness of this? Like, why do they want to talk to me this bad? So I said, thank you. Yes, call him if you want, like, whatever. And I'm a very patient person, but like situations like this, I don't have patience. I was like, oh my God, I need to know, like, what is happening? Just imagine the FBI trying to contact you guys. Like, it puts you in a headspace that you didn't even know, like, you had.
I have been contacted by the FBI before to give a reference for someone that I knew that had applied for a job.
So it wasn't even 45 seconds after I hung up with the receptionist. Frank called me. I said, Frank, man, you done scared me. No, okay, it wasn't like that. No. Mm-hmm. Immediately, he said, you are not in trouble. And I was like, oh my God, what did I do? Turns out, y'all, the FBI is actually on my side.
What? Oh. Yes, Amberlynn, the FBI is on your side. Is this like one of those like local TV stations like News 5 on your side where they do investigative reporting? Oh, Amberlynn, it's all about you, isn't it, sweetie?
I never thought that like cops or the FBI even remotely would care about some YouTuber online.
They don't. I mean, they don't, unless someone is threatening you, which it sounds like somebody was. So they're more concerned about making sure that, somebody doesn't get hurt.
But turns out that a lot of people reported that very comment that I saw. And I guess they reported it to like authorities, like even higher than like just reporting it to YouTube.
So I know like local police will investigate this sometime, things like this, like cyber stalking and cyber crimes if it's local. But the FBI, I mean, you're going to have like local FBI field offices. So it's probably Agent Frank from the local Lexington or whatever FBI field office. I mean, there is a cybercrime unit within the FBI, but I'm not sure if they would actually investigate like individual online threats like this unless it was like super serious, or the police identified or found who this person was and was like, whoa, this person is a bigger threat. Or if it's interstate. So maybe this person isn't nearby and actually lives in like Tennessee or something or somewhere. So if it's interstate, then it could become a federal investigation. I mean, that would be the only cases that I, in my limited knowledge of like the workings of these types of things, where the FBI would become involved.
The FBI ended up seeing it. Like, Frank was like, oh my God, like, complimenting me on my following and stuff. But guess what?
I'm sorry that I keep pausing it so much, but there's just so much wrong with this, and so much rampant narcissism. Oh, the FBI cares about me as an individual, complimented me on my following. Yes, Amberlynn, it's all about you, the people that follow you. You reflect on them, them being a good person, or some of those people contacting the authorities about this threat reflects on you. Just must be such a great person that these people just care about you so much.
So they took that comment very seriously. They
As
did
they
a whole
should.
IP address, like tracked him.
Oh,
Okay, I'm not gonna say who the person is that left that comment, but
well, no, you shouldn't.
it is a guy.
We probably gathered that.
I know his full name. I know where he.
Now, I don't know if they would give her that information. They might ask her, do you know this person? So then she would know who it is, but
He lives. So
why would you know where he lives? Why would they give you that information?
they were like worried for me. They were like, do you know this guy?
They were so concerned about you, Amberlynn. They were so worried for you.
I said, nope, never heard of him. So I don't know. I think it's pretty neat that like, if there is like a fear that I have from a YouTube comment or a message, Frank is there. He said, call me anytime. If you ever feel.
She has her own personal FBI agent on speed dial. Amberlynn.
Threatened or anything like that. I've never talked to the FBI before. So I thought that was like literally the craziest thing. Like they were really truly worried about my safety, and I don't know, I felt like really safe for.
They were just worried about my safety. She is a narcissist. It's not like, oh, they're doing their jobs to investigate this possible threat that someone has made. They're just so concerned about me. Come on.
For a minute there. I just had to share that with you guys. It's so weird. I don't know. I think I'm just like really overly grateful. Like when it happened, this happened like, I know it's been like over a month, maybe 2 months.
So this happened a month or 2 months ago, and you're just now getting around to share this with us when you just had to share it with you guys. Something's not adding up here. As Zachary Michael would say, shit's not adding up.
I don't really know. But when it happened, I was so scared at the beginning. I was like, oh my God, what did I do? Like, what did I do? But it turns out I didn't do anything. They were actually just there for me. I don't know.
They're just there for... Yes, Amberlynn, they're just there for you.
I just think that's pretty great. It makes me feel like comforted.
It shouldn't. It really shouldn't.
It really does taste amazing. 10 out of 10 recommend this. Whoops. But yeah. How's everyone doing?
You already asked us that.
Behind the scenes, I'm trying to really do some stuff.
Are ya really now? What you doing?
You'll see.
Oh,
if it
we'll
falls
see.
through, you'll see.
If it falls through, it means if it doesn't happen. If it doesn't happen, we won't see.
What? Falls through.
Yeah, that means it doesn't happen.
Wait. Does falls through mean it doesn't happen or does happen?
Right, it doesn't happen.
Falls through. I don't know.
Okay. Writer Lynn here, the words just flow out of her.
About it. I'm leaning towards a yes. It's just something I've always wanted to do, and
really,
I think it's gonna happen, and I'm so excited.
I'm so excited. What, are you going to Bora Bora?
Anyway. Oh, this is so good. Gotta watch my portions, like I'm being taught.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't have dumped the entire thing out.
Stop eating once they're like full. If you stop eating like right before you start feeling full, it's more satisfying. Like,
is it now, Amberlynn? Really, listen.
When you feel yourself eating,
girl. Oh. Maybe you should have been doing that for a while.
Stop eating. It's that simple. It's actually not that simple. I like to think it is.
Right.
I like to lie to myself.
If it were that simple, you wouldn't be struggling. None of us would be struggling if it were that simple.
Like, Amberlynn isn't that simple. But, okay, let's take one more bite. Let's do a good bite, you know? A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Let's go. Mm-hmm.
Oh, one more bite.
I'm about to like hit that point where I'm like, oh. In the past, I could definitely probably eat about half more of this.
It's a lot of food.
Look at all that. So now, let's put it back in the container so I can have leftovers. But yeah, today I've really just been like hyper focused.
You guys have so much groceries
that I really want to get done, and yeah, I don't know. I've had a really good day today.
Were we being productive, Lynn?
You guys have as well. So I feel like I ate a really decent amount, but that's how much is still left.
It was packed in there.
A lot. And look how cute this fork is. Look how long the handle is. We got new silverware. The best silverware I have ever.
Wait, wifey's just coming in and changing up everything. All the decor into like female silhouettes and new silverware. Wow. She's just changing everything.
I've seen in my life. It's so cute. All right, now I have to clean off my table.
Messy Lynn.
Thank you guys so much for having lunch with me. I truly, truly enjoy it. Oh, by the way, last mukbang when I had those pot stickers, that was my lunch as well. I feel like most of my mukbangs will be lunch-esque, but we'll see. Anyways, I hope that you guys did enjoy this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.
All right. So what do we think of Amberlynn's FBI story? I call BS on a lot of it. I mean, it's possible she was contacted, but I don't think it happened the way that she said it did. I mean, just some things don't add up for me. 2 and 2 is not equaling 4 on this. I mean, I just don't understand why they would have contacted Becky's sister, why they wouldn't have Amberlynn's address or phone number. I mean, she's been at this place for almost 2 years. I mean, if anything, they might have went to like Eric and Ricky because she lived with them previously, or to Becky herself. But I mean, they may not have Becky's address considering she's living with Hannah and Rafe. So Becky's sister, that's just confusing to me as to why they would go to her. And then, I mean, the FBI being involved at all, the only way that I could see the FBI being involved is it's an interstate issue where this person doesn't actually live in Kentucky. So it's not just like a local or state police type investigation or type thing. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on that, if this is an actual thing. But I just don't think, if it did happen, I don't think it happened the way Amberlynn is telling it. I think maybe she's working on those fictional story writing skills. Anyway, let me know what you think down below. I hope you all have had a lovely day. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week. And until next time, be safe and take care.